redundancy and everything that we have, and there's just too many multiple failures to even think about. The ground was tapping their instruments, there's telemetry coming down when they saw these things go to zero in their instruments. Fred and I, of course, realized what happened, and by the time we hit the tunnel, we're struggling our way through to use the lunar module as a lifeboat. The ground called up and said, "Say, fellas, we think you're in trouble. You're going to get that lunar module and use it as a lifeboat to get home." We did. The ground, of course, now took control. They brought in contractor people. They brought in other people, the NASA people. We worked very closely. The first thing we did was to fire the lunar module engine to get back on the return course. The ground told us that. The module worked perfectly. For those of you who fly, though, one of the biggest things that was difficult to do was to try to maneuver a spacecraft that had a big 40,000-pound weight on one end that wasn't designed to be there. If I pushed down on the control handle and pitched down, the thing would go on some wild gyrations, so we had to learn to fly over it. We came around the moon. The ground told us how to light the engine a second time. 2 hours after we passed the Paracetian, or the backside of the moon, we lit the engine, kept it on for about 4.5 minutes, pushed us faster and faster and faster back home, shut it down. Then we shut down all those exotic devices that you would not be going out there without. The guidance system, the computer, the digital autopilot, all those things. All we had running for us was a little fan to circulate the atmosphere and the radio that pumped the earth. By this time, everything was working perfectly. We were coming back in. We thought we were going to get that corner to get back in with the Y-shaped wedge to come back into the atmosphere. About 102 hours after we took off the ground, well, I was say we don't know what's happening up there, but you're no longer on the free return course. I said, thanks a lot. We don't have the computer, we don't have the guidance system, we have no really good idea of our attitude in space. No, thank you. Ground said, though, you remember those emergency procedures you had in Apollo 8? The ones that if the navigation system didn't work and the communication system failed, and prayers failed to help you? I said, I recall those, but we took them out of Apollo 8, or after Apollo 8, we took them out of all the flight manuals and died on, and they said, you'll have to use them now. With that system, I was looking at the Earth and I was watching the Earth through the window of the module. I have a little gun sight, we call it a reticle, across here. I can see the terminator of the Earth through the window. If I can manually maneuver the spacecraft somehow to get the Earth in that window and put the horizontal portion of my gun sight along the terminator of the Earth, I would then put the engine in a position either steepen up or shallow out that angle, depending on whether day or night was on top of my window of the Earth. That was the procedure, and we had it lighted at exactly the proper time. Everything was shut down so I could have a wristwatch. I said, Jack, time this bird and tell me what light the engine. And the control handles were attitude control. I knew that when that engine went on full blast without an autopilot, I'd never be able to keep the Earth in the window by myself, so I told Fred Hayes, I said, Fred, you grab the attitude control handle. You keep the Earth from going back and forth too much. I'll grab the primary and keep the Earth from going up and down too much. I had 2 buttons on the side of my console. One said start, the other said stop. The one only time they were using the Apollo program, they were a direct electrical link to the battery of the engine. Hey! The proper time to start, or you can start when the engine went on full blast. I jogged the Earth vertically, Fred jogged it horizontally. 14 seconds later, we shut it down, and then we went into the radars of the Earth. In fact, we got into that Y-shaped wedge. Ladies and gentlemen, I would not be here today if we did not. We landed right here near Iwo Jima, which is about where we went and landed at this mission. One thing I would like to tell you, the tremendous capability that this country has in the scientific community and engineering community. This was a catastrophe. But work on the ground, working together, making out decisions, in hours as well as weeks to develop, weeks to move out, working closely, the teamwork between the ground and the flight crew made this what I call a successful flight.
Isn't that the most amazing adventure story you ever heard in your life? Talk about compounding. Jim. Stand in awe of the things that happen. An adventure story